all over to see if he was hurt. "Never mind, James," they said. "It was those silly freight cars and your old wooden brakes that caused the accident." Thomas pushed the breakdown train alongside. Then he pulled away the unhurt freight cars. Oh, dear," they groaned. Serves you right, puffed Thomas. He was hard at work, puffing backwards and forwards all afternoon. "This'll teach you a lesson, he told the freight cars. And they answered, "Yes, it will. Yes, it will." They left the broken cars. Then with 2 cranes, they put James back on the rails. He tried to move, but he couldn't, so Thomas helped him back to the shed. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting anxiously for them. "Well, Thomas," he said, "I've heard all about it, and I'm very pleased with you. You're a very useful engine. James shall have some proper new brakes and a new coat of paint, and you shall have a branch line all to yourself." "Oh, thank you, sir," said Thomas. Now Thomas is as happy as can be. He has his own branch line and 2 coaches called Annie and Clarabelle. He puffs proudly backward and forward with them all day. He is never lonely. Edward and Henry stop quite often and tell him the news.
Read this page.
We already read this page. You want me to read it again?
Yes.
Let's finish this page first. Edward and Henry stop quite often and tell him the news. Gordon is always in a hurry, but never forgets to say, "Poop, poop," and Thomas always whistles back, "Peep, peep," in return. I think that's the end of that story. Do you want to go back and read this page? Or do you want to go back to the page where James breaks down? What's your favorite picture?
This page.
This page?
Yes.
The ones where James the engine takes a digger off the rail into the dirt? It's nice, buddy. See all the freight cars behind him? They all dumped over, and all the rocks and stuff they were carrying fell over because those nasty freight cars were playing tricks on him.
What happened right here?
Well, the freight cars were playing tricks on him, and they pushed him way too fast. And he couldn't stop in time, and he ended up crashing and falling off the railroad tracks into the dirt. And Thomas the engine and some big cranes had to come and lift James back up onto the rails, onto the railroad tracks.